that song that says, I don't know why Jesus loved me. And I put in also, I don't know why Jesus chose me. I don't know why he cared. I don't know why he sacrificed his life. But man, I'm so glad that he did. I'm so glad. And, first of all, Commissioner McGhee, to other county commissioners that supported this, and of course our county mayor. Just give much love to elected officials that's out here, administrators, folks in your office that work so hard around this. Definitely have a great deal of appreciation. I got to start with my family. You know, I see some nephews out there, brothers and sisters, and I am, you know, appreciative of the love and the support, and sometimes tough love that I received from my family during my journey. You know, coming here, it dawned on me like, yeah, right. Isn't it fitting that the street that my sister lived on now could bear her brother's name? You know, and how my niece was talking about, you know, how my mother feel when she thoughts of her, you know, sometimes still bring tears to my eyes, but to think about her, you know, looking down from heaven and being proud of her son, you know. But I see my mom and all my family, you know, and I remember Satara, she used to talk to you all the time, you know. And I see a piece of that DNA in everyone that's here, you know. My brother Jerry and my brother Lloyd is not here to see this, you know, but I think that they're here in spirit because you all are here. And you bringing all of our ancestors that didn't get the opportunity to witness this moment, you bringing them to bear as we're here today. And I just want to just really thank you all for just everything. And I'm kind of feeling real good that I got to make you all proud. I know there was many nights, many times when I probably made you all cry. I made you all so concerned about what was going to happen to me, whether I was going to live, whether I was going to be locked up for the rest of my life or whatever. But I'm glad to be here as a testimony. Now, let me tell you, those who know me know that I don't do prepared speeches. But I did have to write a couple notes down, and let me tell you what I really love, and I had to pat myself on the back about it, was that I must have done things right, because every single person, from Frank all the way to Daryl, used all my doggone talking points. You used all my talking points, and so I must have lived my life kind of right, because you all hit it on the head. Because I wanted to talk about how, man, this was less about Desmond and more about the story behind that, right? And how, you know, I wanted, you know, and for my Dade County people, I already checked with the proper authorities. No, I can't do nothing if you get a speeding ticket on Desmond Meade Street. I don't have that much pull. I can't make it go away, right? There is a sense of commitment that Kionne, that you actually just now helped generate. You know, believe me, our people have already done the research, and we know how many returning citizens is in this area right now. We know how many already got their fines and fees paid that don't know it yet, and we know how many are eligible to get their fines and fees taken care of, and we want to make that happen, right? And so there is that level of commitment. I'm trying to find these notes because, like I said, you guys took all of it, but also recognizing like my friends and colleagues and allies. There are just like so many sectors of folks that played a role, and I think it was Darryl that had to talk about those touch points. There's so many touch points along the way that led me here, from my folks at the best law school in the state of Florida, FIU College of Law. Right, to my folks from Miami-Dade, to my folks from Chapman Partnership. You know, I know I'm probably missing something. My brother Cleve from Riverside House, I went through that program too as well. And it was just so many of you all, you know, it's not just, and then of course my returning citizens, what do you call it, rascals, scoundrels, right, my scoundrels in arms, you know, to the public defender's office, Mr. Carlos, and state attorney's office. I mean, it was just so many different people, right, that played a role. I remember when I did get accepted into law school, Boo and Paul Zemek, right, took me shopping. I was, you know, living in a 3-quarter warehouse. It took me shopping, and I still got some of the clothes. So, you know, I've been watching my weight, Kathy. I can still wear some of those shirts that I got from Target, right? But each and every one of you all played a role, and I know folks talk about, fighting for the rights of returning citizens, but when I was on that bed and on my knees and I was praying that God would just allow me to do something that would just make the world a better place, it was for everyone. It was for everyone. I just was lucky enough to figure out that a rising tide, someone said a rising tide lifts all boats, and I was lucky to figure out that the greatness of our communities, our state, or our country depends on how we treat those who are least among us, those who have been discarded. And they themselves are the ones that God chooses to use to bring about the biggest change. And so because I love each and every one of you all without even having to know you, right, I knew that it was imperative to get with the Marquises and the Angels and the Darrells and the Norrises and the Franks and so many of us that have been broken, because we are the mosaic that God put together to show beauty. And when people look at this, I want them to see that this is not about perfection, that there's beauty in our flaws. It is through our flaws, right, that we can emerge out of that as a ray of hope for people. And when people drive down the street, they know that they can overcome anything, right? We want them to know that when people, you know, listen, you know, you talk about I set the bar. The bar is up there now. Like people like me can not only have a street named after them, people like me can be president of the United States of America. I'm keeping it 100, right? We no longer have any limits, and so I thank God that He used me as a vessel, right, to just help spread that message and keep raising the bar. I could see Angel Sanchez as a U.S. Supreme Court Justice, right, in this country. I could see a Darrell, right, as a U.S. Supreme Court Justice in this country. And that is so important because people need to know that we don't have to put limitations on what we can achieve. We don't have to, that we can achieve anything. And we are the chosen. We are. And so I embrace the challenges, but I also now learning how to embrace the accolades. Thank you so much. I mean, I was thinking, man, like everybody was saying, I was like, think about streets being named after folks. I'm like, they're all dead. Like, but I'm living. And I kept just going back to, like, I don't know why, other than, you know, thinking when I was praying to God, I was like, I made one promise to God, and I would wind it down after that. And that promise was, I didn't know when I was in treatment center at Jackal Ranch, I told God, I said, I don't know where you're going to take me. I don't know what you got in store for me. But I promise you one thing, no matter where you take me, I'm going to make sure to let folks know who got me here, right? That was that one promise I made, because I don't know what tomorrow holds, right? But what I do know is that whenever I have a breath in my body, that I must continue to do God's work. And God's work is exactly what we're doing, our movement is doing, right? And I'm just thrilled, I'm tickled. I haven't totally sunk it in yet, right? But I just want to say thank you again to everybody who showed up. If I missed the name, if I missed the organization, y'all just chalking up the love and the fact that y'all been just blowing my mind all morning. Right? Thank you to my beautiful wife and my kids. Thank you, Excellence. And then especially Jessica, who when we was thinking about starting FRRC, she was there from the very beginning. Definitely have to give a shout out to her to that. And for so many others that flew, like Marcus Bullitt, thank you for flying down, brother. I really appreciate all y'all, for real. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's party? Or what? We're partying? I'm ready to celebrate. Oh, we're gonna do the, oh, okay. Hold on. What I forgot? From the train tracks to the crossroads. Let me just make sure one thing, please.
We gotta hear that one. You heard it, right?
From the train tracks to the crossroads. Oh wow! See what I'm telling you about? Somebody said about ways. And on my notes was anybody that drive down this street or is trying to Google a location on the street will be introduced to or reminded of the story of redemption and love, resilience and love, service and love. Reminded that our worst days does not have to define or dictate our future, but can rather serve as an ingredient in creating a more just, safe, and prosperous world. That's what that sign means to me, y'all. Thank y'all once again.